This must be a red here. Nice one. Look at this beautiful redfish. That is just an absolutely gorgeous fish.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Pat Ogletree. I'm the traveling fishing coach here at Salt Strong, and I had a recent trip where I was using a brand new lure, and I want to share that experience with you. Check out the video.
There we go. Nice. He hit that thing hard. This is a good fish. I don't think he knows he's hooked yet. There we go. But yeah, I mean, this is exactly where I thought they would be, right here at this creek mouth. Let me go ahead and tighten that back up. This is a pretty fish. Nice fish, too. Let's go ahead. As soon as he figures out he's hooked, he's going to be gone. Yeah, I was throwing the Fred, the new Mulligan lure. I'm really liking this lure. One cool thing about this lure is the way that it's designed. It's got some dimples in it, so it increases your casting distance. Now, I don't know if it's effective, if that's the reason why it's casting distance, but man, this thing really does, you can throw it a long ways. But yeah, I'm really liking this lure. So in case you're not familiar with it, this is our lure that is actually in between the 2.0, which is a 3.5-inch lure, and the Bomber, which is a 5. So this one's, they've been working on this one for a while, and I'm really impressed with it. I'm gonna have a hard time going back to the 2.0, to be honest with you. Really liking the action on this thing. Let's see if we can get him a little bit closer, get him in the net. Yeah, he's got a pretty tail on him too. It's a real tannic water. You know, I've been throwing the Gold Digger, and I just had a you know, it just occurred to me that this water was tannic. It was so foggy here, I really couldn't see what the water looked like. I couldn't tell if it was clear, couldn't tell if it was muddy. So with that low light condition, I typically throw that Gold Digger color, but as soon as I realized that this was a tannic water, I switched over to that Fred, and it definitely did the job. Very cool. Nice looking fish here. Okay, so go ahead and wet my hands here real quick so I can handle the fish. Go ahead and bring him on a board. Check this guy out right here. It's an absolutely beautiful fish. Look at him. Man, that is a gorgeous fish. Look at the tail on him. It's got that black outline with that blue. And right there, that is the new Mulligan right there in the Fred color. This is probably going to be one of my most, you know, the lure that I've been looking forward to the most. I really been looking forward to this one. And one cool thing about it is we have it in all of our colors. We have it in our the Slam Shady, the original color. We also have it in the Fred, which is this one right here. We have it in the Gold Digger, but one thing that's really cool about this too is we have it in, got that right there on the Haas Helix. We also have it in the Alabama Leprechaun, and that is really exciting to me. Look at the size of the tail on him. Just absolutely beautiful fish. Let me go ahead and let him go. He didn't need any reviving, so that was definitely a cool fish. So let me show you that rig here real quick. This is it right here. It is the Mulligan on the Haas Helix. I've got this rigged on a 3/0 Haas Helix with the 1/8 ounce head on it. So it's got the screw lock in the front, and then this is the 4-inch Mulligan, and then we've got that right there. It just turns on like that, and that was the setup. That's what we were using right there. Absolutely killer setup. So I'm gonna get back at it. Really got to the creek mouth that I wanted to get to, and hopefully we can get on some more fish. This has got to be a flounder. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Let me go ahead and wet my hands here. Barely got him hooked. But out here testing that new Mulligan lure that we have coming out here really soon. And got this guy on it. So I have got 2 fish so far this morning, and they are both on that Fred Mulligan. And pretty cool little flounder here. So I'm 2/3 of my way to my slam, but I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with this Mulligan. It has been a great lure so far. Love the way it casts. I love the way it feels. There you go. Cool. Yeah, this is going to be a really cool lure. So if you guys want to get on this, definitely go to fishstrong.com and check these out. This has been it's been a really quick killer lure for me this morning. Really liking it. Okay, so I'm gonna make a little change right here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push further back into this creek and just do some little exploring. I know the trends are you know, fishing creek mouths, and I'm kind of pushing away from the creek mouth, but I just have a hunch there might be some fish back here because of the fact that we have so much water. But what I'm going to do is, since we're fishing a deeper area in this creek, is I'm switching over to the football jig head. This is an 1/8 ounce football jig head, and I'm going to fish this closer to the bottom, maybe do a little hopping along the bottom. And anytime I see any oyster beds or anything like that, I'm going to take the same lure that I've been catching the fish on the outside and then work on the inside and see how that goes. But hopefully we can get on some fish in here. Oh, yeah. Nice. Look at that. First day using the Fred Mulligan, and I wind up getting a slam on it. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so this is the first day I'm actually using the Fred Mulligan, or using the Mulligan anyway, and I wind up securing a slam. So I've got my redfish, I got my flounder, and now I've got my trout. Let me go ahead and wet my hands here real quick so we can bring him aboard and show you what I got here. There we go. There we go. That is a nice chunky trout right there. And he wanted that Fred. I don't know if you can really tell. It's way down there. Go ahead and see if I can, there you go, open that up. That is the Fred Mulligan right there. And this thing has been eating well. There we go. There we go. Got a nice trout. Go ahead and set him on in. Good deal. Cool. Real happy with the performance of this Mulligan, man. It's been doing a really good job today. Very cool. Let's get back at it. This must be a red here. Nice one. Very cool. You trickster. Beautiful fish. Oh, look at how orange he is. There we go. Leave him in the water. Let's get him going. Check this guy out. I saw this one busting up bait, and there's another one right up in here too. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get him in pretty quick. And go ahead and pull him up. I'm gonna wet my hands here real quick. And then look at this beautiful redfish. That is just an absolutely gorgeous fish. Got that Mulligan. That is the Mulligan hanging out of his mouth in the Fred color. And he just jumped all over it. Check that guy out. Yeah. There we go. Nice looking redfish. Let's go ahead and get him back in the water and see if we can find his friend. Just, God, that is just a beautiful fish. Got 3 spots on that side. Let's go ahead and get him going. I'm going to go ahead and get rigged back up after that last fish. I was debating on switching back to my Haas Helix hook But that fish didn't seem to mind, and the grass seems to be thinning out a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep on sticking with this football jig. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there, twist that up. Looks like we're in pretty good shape there. And then for the final piece of the puzzle, put that juice on there. Can't forget that. And then let's see if we can find that other one that was running around here somewhere.
So as I was making my way back to the ramp, this was at the very top of high tide, and there was some extra water in there because of the hurricane. Typically under these situations, I like to find a vertical type of shoreline to fish, but with this flooded grass, the water had gone all the way back into it. So I decided I was just going to go ahead and hit these trails and push back as far as I can to see if we can find some fish back there.
There we go. This is a nice one. Sometimes you just got to go where they're at when this tide comes up and this tide floods in. You know, these fish are just going to push back as far as they can, and they're going to get in these areas where they normally can't get to whenever you know, whenever the tide is down. And I really think that this hurricane has probably helped that situation out. Ah, I didn't even have the hook in them. Wow. Oh well, that was nice fish, but there's more in here. We're going to keep on working on them and see if we can find them. Okay, we're going to call it a day after this. I would definitely call this a successful trip. Went to an area I've never been here before, and some conditions that can be tough at times. You know, whenever you get this much water that comes into an area and it floods the place out, it gives the fish a lot of places to move. So, you know, in situations like that, you know, it's probably best to maybe hit it at the bottom of a low tide to have the least amount of water as possible, and then do what I did back there, just push up into the flooded grass if you have that available to you. And I think the hero is going to be the Fred in this mulligan. That mulligan and the Fred color, it did the job. I mean, I'm really impressed with this lure. Like I said, I might have a hard time going back to that 2.0 after using this. I mean, the way to build confidence in a bait is have success with it, and the earlier the success you can have, the more confidence you're going to build. And the very first time I ever used this lure, I caught a slam. So yeah, what can you say about that?
So that definitely was a pretty cool day, and I want to show you the equipment that I was using and maybe a little closer look at that mulligan lure. So this is the mulligan itself right here. This is the 4-inch paddle tail that we have coming out pretty soon, and I have this rigged on the Haas Helix 3/0 and the 1/8 ounce. Now when I'm using this presentation is whenever the water is shallow, so 3 foot or less, or if there's a lot of weeds there, I'll use that Haas Helix. Now when I moved into that creek, it was a little bit deeper water, so what I did was I went with the jig head. Now this one is the Haas football jig head. As you can see right there, it's got a little football shaped jig head, and that does a really good job as far as keeping it out of the oysters and stuff. This is a really good presentation when the water is in that 3+ all the way up to about 5 foot. I'll use the 1/8 ounce. Anything deeper, then I'll go up to 1/4 ounce. But that was what I was using in the creek itself. Now, as far as the rod that I was using, I was actually using a TFO Tactical inshore. That day I was using a 7'6". Now you can use a 7 foot, but I was using a 7'6" that day, and it was a medium power. I do recommend the medium power whenever you're fishing lures like this. The reel that I had on that rod was a Daiwa BGMQ, a 2500, and I had that spooled with 10-pound braided line, and I was using 20-pound monofilament leader. The monofilament leader was attached to the braid using an FG knot, and the hook was attached to the leader using a non-slip loop knot. Now, if you need any instructions on tying any of these knots, we do have knot tying instructional videos at saltstrong.com/fishing tips. Now, if you're looking to buy any of this equipment, we do have it available at fishstrong.com. Now, as of the making of this video, the mulligan is not available, but it will be available soon. Just keep your eyes out at saltstrong.com for more information on that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and for more videos like this that show you the fishing action along with a lot of tips to help you become become a better inshore angler, again, go to saltstrong.com/fishing tips, and we literally have thousands of videos that will help you out. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye. And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we are the best online fishing club in America, where we guarantee that you'll catch more fish in less time, and we do this through premium education and our new app called Smart Fishing Spots. This app will actually show you where and when to fish, along with so much more. And our insiders get a huge discount on all the tackle that they need to become a successful inshore fisherman. And they make friends fast, or it's free. For more information, go to saltstrong.com, and until then, we hope to see you in the insider community soon.